Hello kids, welcome to today's maths class, and today we'll do compound interest. In the previous classes, we have seen when the money is borrowed, extra money is paid to the lender for the use of the borrowed money for the given period of time at a given rate. The extra money paid is called the interest. When money is lent or borrowed on simple interest, interest is calculated every year. The money borrowed or lent is called the principal. Means जिस amount को हम borrow करते हैं, that is known as principal. The sum of the principal and interest is called the amount. The rate at which interest is calculated is called the rate of interest per annum. If P is the principal, T is the time, and time if P is the principal and T is the time in years for which the principal is deposited or lent, and R is the percentage rate of the interest charged or paid, as the case may be, per annum, then the interest is given by I equals to P into T into R upon 100. The amount A equals to हो जाएगा P plus I, means principal plus interest. While using the formula, following points should be kept in mind. Time should be in years. If the time is in days, divide it by 365 to convert it into years. If the time is in weeks, it is divided by 52 to change it into years. If time is in month, divide it by 12 to change it into years. If specific dates are given, then to calculate time, generally the day of deposit is not taken into consideration, but day of withdrawal is. Next, difference between simple and compound interest. We have learned about simple interest in our earlier classes and revised it here in the previous section of this chapter. We have learned how to calculate simple interest on a certain principal at a certain rate for the given time period. It is given by the formula simple interest equals to P into R into T upon 100, where P is principal, R is rate of interest, T is time. In our daily life, the interest charged or paid is not the simple interest. The interest charged or paid by the banks, post office, insurance corporation, or the finance companies is not the simple interest but the compound interest. In this case, the interest which is due after the certain period of time is reinvested to earn further interest. This means the amount after the first time period become the principal for the second time period. The process can be repeated for the number of time period. The difference between the original principal and the amount in the end of the last time period is known as the compound interest on the original principal for that time period. The time period after which the interest is calculated to find the new principal is called the conversion period or conversion period. May differ in every case. It may be 1 year, half year, or 6 months on quarterly, or you may say the 3 months or 1 month. In these cases, we say that the interest is calculation yearly, half yearly, quarterly, or monthly respectively. Following example will illustrate the difference between the simple compound interest and well as the method of calculating interest. So, amount when compound interest है P 1 plus R upon 100 is to power n. So, compound interest principal multiplied by 1 plus R upon 100 is to power n minus 1. Amount found करना है and compound interest. So, compound interest equals to amount minus principal. Clear? P is principal, A is amount, R is rate of interest, and N is time. Now, we will take an example. Find the amount and compound interest on rupees 8,000 for 3 years compound annually at 5% per annum. So, principal is rupees 8,000, time is 3 years, and rate is 5% per annum. So, amount equals to P 1 plus R upon 100 is to power n. So, 8,000 1 plus 5 upon 100 is to power 3. 1/20 हो जाएगा. सो 8000 एलसीएम लेंगे 20 प्लस 1 21/20 टू पावर 3. 8000 इंटू 21/20 3 टाइम्स आ जाएगा. सॉल्व करेंगे तो अमाउंट आ जाएगा रुपीज़ 9261. नाउ वी हैव टू फाइंड द कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट. सो कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट इक्वल्स टू हो जाएगा अमाउंट माइनस प्रिंसिपल. प्रिंसिपल सब्ट्रैक्ट करेंगे तो ये आ जाएगा 1261. दैट इज द कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट. Some more examples are given here. You have to practice them. Next is exercise 7A. Find the amount and compound interest for principal is rupees 5000, rate of interest is 6% per annum and time is 3 years. So amount equals to हो जाएगा P 1 plus R upon 100 is to power N. So amount equals to principal equals to rupees 5000 plus 1 upon 6 upon 100 is to power 3. That is 5000 multiplied by 106 upon 100 is to power 3. Or we can write 5000 into 106 upon 100 into 106 upon 100 multiplied by 106 upon 100. थ्री ज़ीरो से 30 कट जाएंगे. नाउ विल सॉल्व इट. सो अमाउंट आ जाएगा रुपीज़ 5955.08. दैट इज़ द अमाउंट. नाउ विल फाइंड द कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट. कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट इक्वल्स टू हो जाएगा अमाउंट माइनस प्रिंसिपल माइनस 5000. दैट इज रुपीज़ 955.08 rupees. That is the compound interest. Clear? So you have to practice all these questions. Next is when interest is compounded half yearly or semi-annually. In such case, interest is added to principal after each half year and after 6 months and considered a new principal. In this case, rate of interest become half and time become double. So half yearly में क्या हो जाएगा? Rate of interest half हो जाएगी and time will be double. Clear? Next tips. For calculation of interest half yearly, keeping the principal same, we reduce the rate of interest to the half of the given annual rate of interest and double the given number of years. Now we'll take an example. Find the compound interest on rupees 12,000 for 1.5 years at 10% per annum compound half yearly. So interest जो हमें compound करना है that is half yearly. Principal equals to rupees 12,000. Rate of interest that is 10%. So क्या हो जाएगी यहाँ पे half हो जाएगी. So that is 5% for half yearly and time double हो जाएगा 2 into 3/2 2 से 2 3 years. Now we'll find the amount equals to P 1 plus R upon 100 to power N 12,000 plus multiply by 1 plus 5 upon 100 to power 3. Solve करेंगे हम तो ये आ जाएगा 13,891.50. That is the amount. Now compound interest amount minus principal. So principal subtract करेंगे that is rupees 1,891.50. That is the compound interest. Next is when interest is compound quarterly. In this case, interest is calculated after 3 months, means in a year 4 times, and added to the principal. It means interest is calculated 4 times in a year. So rate of interest क्या हो जाएगी 1/4 means 4 टाइम कम हो जाएगी, R by 4% क्वार्टरली एंड टाइम 4 टाइम इंक्रीज हो जाएगा, 4 and क्वार्टरली. टिप्स for the quarterly calculation, the rate is reduced to 1/4 and the number of year is made 4 times. Now we'll take an example. Calculate the compound interest on rupees 15,625 at the rate of 16% per annum compounded quarterly for 9 months. So solution क्या हो जाएगा? Principal is given rupees 15,625, rate of interest 16% per annum है, 4 से डिवाइड कर देंगे, 4% क्वार्टरली, टाइम एंड दैट इज 9 मंथ, मीन्स ईयर में क्या हो रहा है, 3 मंथ्स का है तो 3 + 3 + 3 दैट इज 3 क्वार्टर्स हो जाएंगे. सो अमाउंट इक्वल्स टू क्या हो जाएगा, P1 + R/100 एंड 15,625 1 + 4/100 सॉल्व करेंगे इसको तो यह आ जाएगा रुपीज 17,576. दैट इज द अमाउंट. नाउ कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट अमाउंट माइनस प्रिंसिपल दैट इज रुपीज 1,951. That is the compound interest when interest is compounded quarterly. Clear? Next is exercise 7B. A sum is borrowed at the rate of 8% per annum compounded half yearly if after 2 years the amount to rupees 7,500. Find the sum borrowed. Means we have to find the principal and इंटरेस्ट है हाफ ईयरली कंपाउंड करना है, मीन्स रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट हाफ हो जाएगी एंड टाइम डबल हो जाएगा. सो व्हाट इज द फॉर्मूला, अमाउंट इक्वल्स टू P1 + R/100 सो अमाउंट रुपीज 7,500, प्रिंसिपल वी हैव टू फाइंड 1 प्लस रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट 8 है, हाफ हो जाएगी दैट मीन्स 4/100 एंड टाइम क्या हो जाएगा, डबल, 2 ईयर्स है सो 4 हो जाएगा. सो ये हो जाएगा P25 + 1 26/25 equals to P multiply by 26/25, 4 टाइम्स हो जाएगा 26/25, 26/25, 26/25. सो P इक्वल्स टू क्या हो जाएगा, मल्टीप्लाई बाय 25 × 25 × 25 × 25 अपॉन 26 × 26 × 26 × 26. When you solve this, you will get approximate value, that is 6,411 rupees. That is the principal. Clear? So you have to practice all these questions. Next is application of compound interest formula. There are some situations where we could use these formulas, such as value of an item if its price increase or decrease, increase or decrease in population, the growth of the bacteria if the population rate is known. Some important formulas. When an item is increasing, then the value of that item after certain period equals to P1 + R/100n. When an item is decreasing, then the value of item after certain period, that is equals to P1 - R/100n. Now I'll take an example. A car is bought for rupees 2,50,000. Value of the car is depreciate, means कम हो रही है at the rate of 5% per annum. Find the value of car after 2 years. So present value of the car is 2,50,000. Depreciate किस rate से हो रही है, 5% per annum and time is 2 years. So now the value of car after 2 years, that is P1 - minus because the value is depreciating, कम हो रही है, r upon 100 to power n, that is 2,50,000, 1 minus 5 upon 100 to power 2, 2,50,000, 1 minus, इसको सोल्व करेंगे तो 1 upon 20 आ जाएगा to power 2, that is 19 upon 20 की power 2, सॉल्व करेंगे 2,25,625. So value of the car after 2 years is 2,25,625 rupees. Clear? So practice all these examples. We will move to next topic. Our next exercise is exercise 7C. A printing machine worth rupees 50,000 is depreciated at the rate of 10% per annum. Find its value after 2 years. So value depreciate हो रही है. So after 2 year value क्या हो जाएगी? 50,000. 1 minus 10% की रेट से हो रही है. And time is 2 years. So 50,000 and ये हो जाएगा 10 minus 1, that is 9 upon 10 is to power 2. So 50,000 multiplied by 9 upon 10 into 9 upon 10. 0 से 0 कट हो गया. 0 means 500 into 81. 0. So rupees 40,500 after 2 years. So you have to practice all these questions. Here we end the chapter. I hope you understand the chapter well. Now you have to practice it.